Hi y'all, welcome. Today I'm going to try to get these tayberries in the ground. I've already tried this morning several times, and every time I turned around something came up. So I'm going to try to get these in. As you can see, they're looking pretty shabby. So they really are in dire need of getting in the ground so that this pot is really dry. I've tried to water it, it's just not holding any water at all. So I'm going to have to get these in the ground. A little bit about tayberries is the tayberry is a cross between a blackberry and a raspberry. All right, and they do like their soil to be between a 6 to 6.8. And I will be sharing with you, I'm going to be sharing with you what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be topping it off with some compost here. Okay, I want to show you why I went and got some compost. It's kind of gross, so I'm going to put on some gloves. Got some compost from over at the hay. There was some really composted hay. Okay, so here's a worm in that very composted hay that we're going to be topping this off with. There are several baby worms in there, so we're going to top this off and see if we can get some worms added over here. I do want to add that this area that I'm planting this new section here has never been planted in before. So we're going to be planting in that for the first time, this area here for the first time. So we're definitely going to make sure that we add some organic matter, and we're definitely going to be adding some of this berry tone. Share with you. I'm going to add this berry tone here. It's organic. Okay, it's organic. Let me see if I can find the ingredients. It's derived from feather meal, poultry manure, bone meal, alfalfa meal, green sand, sulfate of potash, sulfate of potash magnesia, and elemental sulfur. Okay, so that's what's in this. Okay, and it's a 4-3-4. It's nitrogen and nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. Okay, so that's what we're going to be adding to this these berries. So let's go get to planting those. Okay, for starters, I cleaned this area up. I did pull back the mulch and weed underneath this fence because it was in dire need of some serious weeding, and I wanted to get these weeds out before getting started. That way I didn't have any competition with the weeds. So I did go through the trouble of weeding and getting all that cleaned up. All right, guys. So for starting this, I already prepared the hole because there's no sense in you watching me dig a hole. But I prepared the hole. Okay, as big as the pot. All right. Since these need to be trellised, I am going to make sure that I place the actual main plant here close to because this was off center. So I'm going to plant it as close to the wire as I possibly can. Okay, and then I'm going to be adding some of this berry tone to the hole. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of that. And if you notice, I've got on a pair of gloves. I'm trying to be more safety conscious. So we're going to go ahead and just get this planted. All right, now we're going to backfill, and I'll be trimming up any dead or damaged branches and getting this watered in really well because it is in dire need of water. So dry. And the dirt here, the soil here is not that bad, so it does have a lot of clay. Yes, it does still have clay, so we're going to be mulching and adding that organic matter to the top to try to help with that. So we're just going to press it in, and then I'm going to be adding some of the compost that I went and collected. I didn't collect a lot, but we did collect some. So I'm just going to place it down in there. Okay. Just going to place it in there like so. Again, this is not a fancy job. There's a worm right there. Nice. Getting these added to the area is going to be great. And I'm just going to kind of lightly cover it with the rest of the soil, or some more soil. And then I'll spread this out. The soil here, I'll spread it out. And then I'll just going to mulch in. I'm going to water and then I'm going to mulch. Okay, so I'm just going to put my mulch around there, around the area, so I don't lose my place. And we'll trim these again. I'll trim these up. But I wanted to get these in the ground so that way we can get them all watered in. And we'll come back and see if these things survive. See if I've killed anything. Strategically place them on the fence. Alright, let me go get that water real quick. Alright, now I am going to be mindful of the amount of water that I put here because I just put those worms and I don't want to drown them. So I'm going to be mindful of the water. Just put it in there and let it soak through. So that way the worms don't get drowned out. And I do know that adding this mulch will also help keep the ground cooler for the worms, because this soil is a little sandy and it's very dry, and in the summer it definitely gets hot. So we're definitely, okay, it's starting to stand, so I'm going to stop there because the soil was already moist. So we're just going to finish filling it in. And again, I will come back once the shock of me getting it all planted. I'll come back and trim it up. All right. Let's get the other one planted and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, guys, there it is, all planted up and watered in. That's that one. And then down here you have this other one. So I've got both of them planted. All right, so they're going to be trained into a fan form over here on this one and over here on this one. So this is the section of the fence when we get the rest of the garden fenced in that will remain there for these Tayberries. All right, guys, so we're going to wrap that up, and I'm going to find a shade to go sit in and take a break and get some more planting done. And I hope this has been informative for you guys and it helps you to be positive and get those plants in the ground no matter how bad they're looking. So until next time, guys, happy homesteading.